welcome back to the Zach F1 channel. It is a fine morning, well, especially for me at least. So the F1 points have actually updated already this weekend, which is amazing. Let me get up the stream so I actually know what's going on, and let me mute it. But normally on the streams, I go, it couldn't have gone much better. Now, this weekend is slightly different. Let me get that up there. This weekend, here you can see on my screen right now, the optimal teams. Now, hey, I should be sleeping. What's up, man? How you doing? This weekend, that is my team. Genuinely, my team was the most scoring points you could achieve with another team. Yeah, literally. Hey guys, how you all doing, man? Good to see you this morning. I was just saying how I could not be I generally could not be happier because I got the 298 points, 2.7 million plus increase in my team value. And I was like, oh, I wonder if another team composition was better. No, this literally was the best team you could have had this weekend. It's insane. I think, obviously, I do pretty well on F1 Fantasy sometimes. Well, I'd like to think sometimes. I've never had the optimal team, like, the most of all time. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm glad I could help. But yeah, it's just it's been an interesting Grand Prix, I'll have to say that. Obviously, Aston Martin a bit iffy, but that was mainly just for Lance Stroll. He brought it back though in the end. But especially with Red Bull getting fastest pit stops. Again, like I said as well, McLaren, so they had a good what's it called? They had a good qualifying. However, I didn't think their race pace would be. The race pace wasn't bad. It's just again as well their strategy wasn't the best. But they really suffered in the race. I think they were the team that probably lost out the most in the race. And then again, Haas. Hey Alan. Right, let's see. Remove Joe for signs before the race. Best decision I've ever made since this is my. Yeah, let's go, man. Oh my God. Wait, are you serious, Biblical? I mean, it's just insane. I'll show you actually all of the driver changes in a second. The price changes. Oh, I see, yeah. Well, that's literally just as good as well. I mean, the only issue I've got with my team I've got coming forward, which we knew was going to happen if I wildcarded this weekend, is I've only got 2 transfers to be made, and I've only got 0.1 million in the bank. Realistically, it'd be Yuki and Bottas, but if I wanted to do that, who do I have to bring in? I'd have to bring in someone like Gasly and Albon, and... Well, actually, no. I could bring in... Where is he? No, I couldn't even bring in... Where is he? I thought there was 7... Oh, no, I've got Nico Hulkenberg already in my team. Yes, I would have to bring in this team, and I don't know if that's any better than the team I've got, so I might just be waiting another weekend, hoping for the best, because I'm going to be no negativing next weekend, so that's why I'm not scared about having like the Bottas's and the Sargents. Such a good week for me. My team went up 2.8 million. Jelson, what team did you have? Yeah, because did you have the Perez? I know there was a Perez build that went up 2.8, or it was Leclerc, but yeah, I was close to that 2.7. But, yeah, honestly, yeah, good stuff, man. I was saying at the start of the stream, I've never had the most optimal team. So this is the perfect weekend. I couldn't have hit the nail on the head any better than I've ever had. Yes, yeah, the Leclerc, Stroll, Magnussen. Yeah, that is so good. Any reasons as to no negative next week of China? Well, for me, it's basically because I don't want to use Limitless yet, because I think further down the line, we like we saw in Japan right now, sometimes Ferrari still don't do as well as we'd like, even though they did recover in a race. And I think it's still a little bit too early to be messing about with like the extra DRS and Limitless. Considering there's so many sprint races coming up as well, I think make sure we know which cars look the best first and then go with it. But then, yeah, for the no negative, it's purely because I'm still going to have Bottas and Sargent in my team, and I've got them for 2 races, 2 sprint race technically, and then an actual race, and I could see one of them crashing out easily. Like, I was very lucky not to get one of my drivers crashing out this weekend. I thought when I saw Sargent in almost in the wall, by the way, I thought it was done. I was fuming, but luckily he did all right. How many points did you get? Noah, I got 298 points. The optimal team. That's exactly what it was. Sorry, guys. I've still got that cough. Hey, from Portugal. Hey, João. I had Leclerc, Stroll, Albon, Zhou, and Hulk. Oh, okay. Oh, Albon and Zhou. That's a difficult pill. That's a difficult one. Yeah, no, but to be fair, mate, that was just you being extremely unlucky. Like, okay, so who do you think you should have for China? Oh, okay. Sorry, I think I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm good. I'm good. I think for you, the main thing is to get rid of Zhou. Albon's fine. Albon just got unlucky, obviously. Actually, yeah. Who do you think was at fault, Ricciardo or Albon? I think it wasn't. I don't think it was that serious, but from looking at the replay, Ricciardo definitely didn't look to see if Albon was there. However, Albon also should have known that there was no more space going into that corner. So Albon should have looked, and Ricciardo should have looked, and so it's just a racing incident. Yeah, but basically, yeah, just get rid of Zhou, and try to bring in, well, Hulkenberg's now expensive now, Magnussen is as well, so probably like a Gasly for a Zhou. I'm thinking in future, Leclerc ×2, both Haas drivers, Bottas, Sargent, Red Bull, Ferrari. Yeah, that's decent. Again, just be careful of Bottas because we got away with it this weekend, but you could still see the pit stops were dodgy, and that's what could happen. By the way, is that still playing? Yeah, it is. It could happen very easily where Bottas is in a Zhou situation where the car breaks down, or those pit stops cost them more than they did this weekend, like we've seen every other race. Jelson, I might go Limitless to get everyone in, but keep the budget building going that I already have. Yes, I know that is a good strategy. I've seen, I think, I might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure it's right. Backup Fantasy Sport, who's another great guy for F1 Fantasy. I saw it on his Twitter first, talking about what he was planning to do. And then I also believe that his name's Rain Fantasy. I believe I've pronounced that correctly. He's gone for that sort of building budget team. It didn't work out for him this weekend, but it could easily work out while going for the Limitless next weekend, which I think is probably what he's going to be doing. Yeah, I had Sargent. When I saw the Williams crash in lap 1, bro, yeah. So if you had the same team as me, yeah, you would have literally had a VCOP and a Williams. So seeing both of them in one corner and then realizing it's neither of them, I thought I was going straight back to sleep. Thank God it was Ricciardo and Albon. And to think, I can't remember if I told you guys, if you guys were in the live stream before the F1 qualifying, if you remember correctly, I was actually going to go with this team, Red Bull, Ferrari. I was going to go with Red Bull, Ferrari, Verstappen, but then I was going to go with Sargent, Albon, Zhou, and Hulkenberg. And I mean, just look at the points difference compared to these two teams. Thank God. I can't remember who it was, but someone in the chat mentioned, oh, are you sure you don't want to go for this? And then I had a look at it, and it was the Tsunoda Bottas team. And then I was like, okay, Bottas, Zhou down to Bottas, not too much of a difference. It worked out in the end. And then look how 243 with 1.3 million increase. Difference of 298 and 2.7. So a difference of 1.4 million plus 55 points. So thank God I changed my mind. Otherwise I would have had I basically would have been around the Perez Leclerc teams even a little bit lower. So thank God that didn't happen. But yeah, for anyone who wants to see in the leagues, where are the most important leagues? So Global League, up to 1,500 now, which is brilliant. I mean, top 160 in the UK almost. I'll take that every day of the week. So no, they should have gotten the driver of the day. Yeah, I think he should have. I voted for him driver of the day, getting points at his home Grand Prix. He did an amazing drive. I'm trying to think of anyone else who deserved it. Okay, so Leclerc probably... I would put Leclerc third. And the thing is, this might not be a popular driver of the day vote, but it has to be Verstappen second. You know, like, this is why... let me go back to this. So, where did Backup Fantasy Sports talk about it? Let me try to find where he did it. Yeah, so, Bottas driver of the day, yeah, facts. So I completely agree with what Ewan's saying here. Like, even though so some people were saying, yeah, so he was a Leclerc DRS booster. So obviously he has a reason for wanting this. No. Oh, never mind. Yeah. So he had Leclerc, so he has a reason for saying that without being biased. And I can also agree because Verstappen, fastest lap, won by 13 or 12 and a half seconds, didn't put a foot wrong. He should have been at least... It should have been Tsunoda or Verstappen getting driver of the day. And that's the issue. When you're getting 10 points, and, like, no offense to Leclerc, he had a good drive, but he still didn't get a podium. He still didn't beat his teammate, and it wasn't close to beating his teammate. And you're still getting driver of the day from that? It's a little bit different, yeah. Yep. Oh, hey Jack, nice to see you, man, in the chat. After quali, yeah, I should have gone Albon and Zhou because of Bottas and Tsunoda qualified so high. Yep, yep, I was the exact same thing. Yeah, Leclerc had a good drive, and to beat Norris, insane. I was fuming, but I still think it should have gone to Tsunoda or Verstappen. But Verstappen will never win a driver of the day because he's not popular enough. Because anyway, he's winning every single race, so it's just the norm. I was trying to convince you on Deadline Stream that Yuki and Bottas might be better. Yeah, Jack, it might have been you then. I'm going to go back to the stream after I finish this stream and have a look. Because, yeah, a few people were saying, oh, have a look at Yuki and Bottas. And I was like, okay, I'll have a look at this. And then it worked out perfectly. So, yeah, Jack, if that was you, man, my guy. But yeah, this is how my F1 teams, F1 League is looking. Let me put the code back in. Although I believe, I think it's all people who are subscribed at the minute in the chat. Because I recognize quite a few of your names. But yeah, we're almost at 500. And... yeah, but... Yeah, fair enough, but home Grand Prix? No. I'm trying to think, because I slept on it now. Let me get up the gap. Yeah, actually, hang on. Before I do that, let's have a look. So, obviously, I'm now top 15 in my league, which is amazing, considering we've still got extra DRS on Limitless to go. But obviously, yeah, I'm down here. You're 21st. Yep, here we go. Seat for signs, there you are. Yeah, it's looking very good. Yeah, let's see what your team was saying. I'm guessing it's it's Jacob Elson. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, to be fair, you have to. I mean, I can't remember what you said about your team. If you were happy or not happy with it. Yeah, no, you were happy with it, yeah. And I don't blame you. That is literally, I'm pretty sure, the best team you could have had without Verstappen. And you went up more team value, technically. So that's very good for you. And then I'm trying to think, it was Hulkenberg 11th. Okay, where can we look at Hulkenberg's... So, Hulkenberg, he shouldn't have got driver of the day. I will 100% agree with that. However, because he only qualified 12th and then finished 11th. However, how bad his start was, he was down to the basically dead last to come back to race position 11th. Insane, mental. I couldn't believe Hulkenberg did it. It was a masterclass again from Haas to get their drivers up there. I think Haas did deserve a point this weekend. Magnussen and Hulkenberg putting in a good shift. Especially, it was annoying for me having Magnussen blocking Bottas for so long. But it was great driving from Magnussen. And I can't fault him for that. Yeah, I could have gotten the max Red Bull Ferrari build, but decided against the build budget. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, literally, like I was saying, I can't remember. I was talking to, who was it on? Was it Jake or on? Let's see. I didn't want to get stuck with Max with bad low-end drivers. Yes, exactly. That's what I was about to bring up. Where is? It was in my notifications somewhere. Yeah. Jake Champion, me and him were talking. Where was his message? Yeah, so basically right here. I was checking live. If Max didn't take the fastest lap from Carlos, he would have went up 1 million. And if Charles got P3, he would have went up 1 million. So, if Verstappen didn't get that fastest lap, you guys would have built your budget a lot more than me. And that's literally within the 5 last laps it could have changed. So thank God for me Verstappen got the fastest lap. Otherwise I could have been having a much more stroppy stream. I'm yet to see how Hulkenberg overtook Stroll on the final lap. Right, so I'm pretty sure. So Stroll went on to the softs. I can't remember where. I'm guessing he overtook him into the turn 1 of the final lap. But literally Stroll's tyres just went completely off the cliff because he was catching Tsunoda very much, and then all of a sudden Hulkenberg was right behind him, and I did not see it happening. But Hulkenberg's the GOAT, what can I say? But yeah, I mean, it was an eventful weekend at that. Let's have a look at some of the optimal teams further down. So obviously we've talked about the Red Bull Ferrari Verstappen team. If you had Red Bull Ferrari Perez, which how many points did you get again, Jelson? I'm pretty sure you got equal to that. 63. Did you get 274? Well, okay, yeah, 271. So the best team without Verstappen in would have been Red Bull Ferrari Perez, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Sargent Bottas, 273. Yeah, so 271. Here we go. So your team's not on the top 10 optimal teams, but I'm guessing it's 11th. It's not going to show me, is it? Literally, you basically had the best team, hands down, for if you didn't have Verstappen. And let's say budget level filter so for anyone who didn't have the Verstappen team, so let's say 104.5 million, just to be safe. Let's see what the best teams. Oh, okay, never mind. I completely forget sometimes how good Haas have done. Red Bull and a Haas with Verstappen and Sainz, 277 points. I wouldn't even think of bringing in that team. Like, that would never even pop into my mind as a team, like, selection that you could. And it is one of the better teams. That's insane. I mean, can we just appreciate as well? Oh, Lawrence. Eesh. What was the rest of your team like, Lawrence, with the Albon Ricardo? Did you go Perez, Leclerc, Sainz? Because, yeah, I know, innit, Haas did fantastic. And I think it, I don't know how much more I can keep going. Haas are getting lucky, and you shouldn't pick them. Because 19 points, 20 points, 20 points, 7.7 million. Now, I still wouldn't bring them in because obviously I've got Ferrari at the minute as well, and 59 is much better. Oh, okay, at least you had Perez then. Perez was decent, and Bottas, yeah, Bottas and Tsunoda, okay. It could have been worse, but I can understand fully why you're annoyed with that. Because what would that be? About 210 points? 200 points? But yeah, no, Haas, they're almost on the same points. Well, I say almost. They're 21 points away from Mercedes. Now, in all three of my teams, and the constructors in one of them. Yeah, yeah, literally. Haas is the meta. What is going on with F1 Fantasy? But at 7.7 million, like, there's so much clearer of VCarb, Alpine, Williams, Sauber. Now, I don't know. I still wouldn't bring them in, but I might next weekend then for my F1 Fantasy team selection potentially make a Red Bull Haas team and see who we can bring in, because I believe, yeah, we can. Yeah, just look at that. Look at that. You could generally do Verstappen. I mean, you could even do this. Who else could I bring in? Value way, please. Yeah, you could literally have this team. So I might actually have to talk about this in my team selection next weekend. Wait, yeah, it's in 2 weeks, China. So on next week, Monday, I will talk about a Haas team. It still wouldn't be my favorite team to choose, but my God, actually, yeah, listen up. If you are going for extra DRS, this is the team you'd want to do, because then you'd bring in Sainz 3 times. No, sorry, not Verstappen 3 times, Sainz 2 times. So if you're going for extra DRS in China, I'm actually okay. Yeah, hands down. I need to write that down. Fully, that is an amazing team to have if you want an extra DRS. But realistically, for me, if anyone wants to see, my team won't be changing. All I'll be doing is clicking. I think this will be the first weekend that I don't change my team, and it'll be good. Still not confident in Haas as a constructor, but extra DRS makes sense. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, if you need that, if you need 2 good drivers for the extra DRS, perfect, isn't it? But for me, for anyone who wants them to still know, for me with my extra DRS plan, it's still very much build up budget, and then extra DRS with like Verstappen or Alonso or Perez and Sainz. That's my plan at least. But yeah, I'm gonna be no negativing next weekend, 100%. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I can check. I believe it's Miami next after China. I'm not looking forward to Miami. For the last couple of weekends, I've been having free transfer available, so no for flexibility. Yeah, literally, that's what I need to get going, which I think I can start if I don't change in China. Well, I can. And especially with Miami coming up afterwards, which is another sprint race weekend, we're going to need to use a few chips. So I think my plan is no negative China. Well, this is at least my basic plan for now. No negative China. And then I know I said no Limitless, but potentially Limitless. Autopilot I don't need in my team. Is China a risky race for you considering no negative? Yeah, literally. It's mainly because we just haven't been there for so long. And I don't know. I just have this feeling in my gut. Because with no negative, it basically is a gut feeling. Like, you can have sorry, give me a second. You can have like, oh, there's been more crashes last season. Someone's crashed out in practice and stuff, which I do talk about. But at the end of the day, it boils down to you just got to whack it in and pray that it works out. But also, it's because no negative. If you don't actually get a DNF, it still works for you. Because if one of your drivers gets minus overtake points, they don't take that into consideration. So you can actually still increase your points for the sprint race weekend, if you know what I mean. Hey Duke, nice to see you in the chat. I trust in Sargent. I trust in Sargent will be in no negatory in China. Yep, 100%. Older drivers like K-Mag and Hulk will have been there. Yep, exactly. Yeah, and even Hulkenberg and Magnussen. When was the last time we were in China? It was before COVID, wasn't it? Schedule, not that schedule. No, my bad. It was 2019, I think it was. China 2019. Yeah, it was 2019 the last time. Yeah, a long time ago. So it will be interesting. But I had Red Bull, Ferrari, Max 2 times, Logan, Hulk, K-Mag, Bottas, no DNFs. Yeah, Duke. Let's get back up the optimal teams with 108.5 million. Also, if anyone's got 108.5 million budget, actually, I think I do now. Limitless in Miami could be good to earn some money. Yeah, it could. And that's the only reason I'd use Limitless so early. And And it would also give us, I believe McLaren are bringing in upgrades that weekend. So Limitless so far, it's obviously been Red Bull Perez, not Red Bull, Verstappen Perez, Leclerc and Sainz, but the fifth driver's always been a bit, who'd you pick? If McLaren bring in their upgrades, then it'll be quite a lot easier to be like, okay, yeah, cool, stick in Norris. Yeah, 108.7 million is mental. But, oh, what? No, what's happened here? All am I talking about getting the optimal team? Yeah, Duke. Where's this come from? Actually, wait. Ferrari Max, Logan, Hulkenberg. Okay, yeah, so Duke. Yeah, we both did very well. We both got 298 points, I believe. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I'm waffling. I've just realised this because I've put it to 108.5 million. And I don't think anyone had 108.5 million going into this weekend. Yeah, I mean, this going into China now, how much driver value do I have and team value? It's got to be good, doesn't it? Oh, Jelson, 108.7 million, gang. I mean, just, it's going to be ridiculous. Once we get over 110 million, it's going to level out. That's the only issue, because Leclerc's going to go up in value. Perez is going to go up in value. Even Verstappen slowly is going to go up in value. Norris, Alonso, they're all going up in value. Even those cheap drivers, you can't get anyone now for less than 6.4 million. Oh, actually, I need to test this. So for anyone who wants to know, I will figure out what the cheapest team is now to bring in Verstappen, because it will have increased in value. Now, you all should be fine to bring it in if you still can. However, yeah, it's 100 now. It's minimum 105.9 million now to bring in Verstappen. Eesh. I think definitely if you're planning to Limitless in China, get ready to bring in the Verstappen team for Miami, because it looks like it's coming out of reach. Not coming out of reach, but potentially could be harder to get soon. Thing is, Perez, Leclerc, Sainz can still go up 1 million. Max can't. Yes, exactly that. That can still easily happen. How does the budget increase for some? Literally, it's just picking the right driver. Well, I say picking the right drivers. It's pot luck with the pot luck mixed with a bit of research, because you can never know who's going to crash and stuff. But yeah, basically every driver goes up in value. Wait, where was that asked? Yeah, I should be sleeping. Every driver goes up or down in value depending on how well they're doing. F1 Fantasy is a great tool for showing that. It shows it here as well. And if you've just been on the right ones, like I've had Leclerc when he went up a lot. I've had Sainz when he went up a lot. I've had Stroll when he went up 1 million. I've been on Sonoda for a long time. I've been on Hulkenberg 0.5 million. Yeah, so it comes every now and then from the points you're making overall. But yeah, Duke, 108.3 million and 109.4. Who the hell is in that team, Duke? That is insane. Yeah, I know folks that went for budget build routes, hoping Sainz and Leclerc gave 1 million increases. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to not be smug because it's very early on in the season. And anything can happen, so I'm not trying to jinx it. But thank God they only went up 0.3 million, because I was thinking, okay, I need to get a load of points because I know that they're gonna yeah, mate, it changes every weekend depending on how well they do. Yeah, I really thought that Leclerc, Perez and Sainz were all gonna go up 1 million, so thank God. Oh right, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense, Duke. That's insane though. 109.4 million and 108.3 million as well. Well done. But yeah, I think racing. Hey, no, what's? It was still okay, but I believe racing. Let me get up my YouTube channel again. Oh no, that's my personal account. Let me get this up. Put the chat there. Yeah, literally. No, you know what you got scammed by? Leclerc getting driver of the day meant that those drivers didn't go up a lot. Plus, Verstappen stealing fastest lap. I'm so sorry. It is a hard pill to swallow for anyone who didn't take in Verstappen, but it is great. Yeah, it's great for anyone who did, and that I can't believe it worked out. I mean, going into it, I was so scared. I was like, okay, I've put my heart on the line on wildcard in this, and I know for sure some people have followed me into the darkness doing it. And if it didn't work out, I don't think I could show my face. I feel lucky to escape with 264. Yeah, no, that is one of the... If you got more than 250 points this weekend, you escaped enough, I think, to be like, okay, budget building didn't go my way. However, it can still go my way. However, I've got to think about what I'm doing now for China. We have to put Limitless in for Miami because after Charles, Sergio and Sainz and others are over 25 minutes, we'll give... Yes, Duke, 100%. I completely didn't think about that. For anyone who doesn't know, F1 Fantasy Tools, their Twitter, I've actually, I've reposted it a while ago. They've fully got down how it works. I can afford now Max Red Bull Ferrari with double Williams, double kick sour. No, right. Racing is epic. I really do believe if you stuck with the Perez, Leclerc Sainz team, stick with a budget building team and go for a Limitless, like Duke was talking about, because we don't have much longer until they're over 1 million. So I actually agree, Duke, I probably will be limitlessing in Miami, 100% then. No, so basically, Jelson, you don't get the price increases for your team, but say your team going into Miami looked like this. Say your team looked like this. Yeah, this and this. Where's Sonoda? If your team looked like this, going into a Limitless, you would keep the money built up by Leclerc and Sainz and Red Bull and Aston Martin, but you just get the points of the other drivers. So you come back to your team, and the hope is that you'd get 1 million for Leclerc, 1 million for Sainz, 0.5 million, 0.5 million, 0.5 million, 0.2 to 0.3 million for Red Bull, and then a 0.5 or 1 million for Aston Martin. Would you Limitless for China? No, I'm going to no negative for China, and it's purely because I need to have free transfers for Miami if I want a Limitless for Miami, for what I'm planning at least, to build a better budget when I do Limitless. But if I can't, if I can't figure out a good team, I'll still do it in Miami, because I think that's a better shout than no negativing in Miami and Limitlessing in China. What's your total budget now? Yeah, sure. Let me show you. So my total budget now is 108.7 million, which is phenomenal. We could be over 110. So what's the plan for China? Because, sorry, the heart's in the way. Because I'm guessing that says because I got screwed this week. So, Kvek, what is your team for China? Because it will vary for each different person. If you have 3 transfers for... do you get the free transfers for the week after? Yeah, 100%. What's the max transfers you can save? I'm pretty sure it's free. I'm pretty sure. I will have another live chat with the F1 fantasy people, but 99% sure it's maximum free. Yeah, in it. Yeah, Zuera, literally. Optimal teams, basically top team was the team I brought him. 298. We're looking very tasty going into the next few races. Bottas and Sargent delivered. Yeah, I know. I'm so happy they did, because those were the 2 that I was scared not having no negative on. But it worked out, so I could be more happy. So this week I ran 2 times. Sorry. Oh, Jesus, my voice. This week I ran 2 times on Perez, Ricardo, Albon. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Ricardo, Albon, Ish, Sonoda. Oh my, Kvek. Wait, hang on. I need to see how many points that would be. You have got to be the most unlucky person I think I've seen your team so far. Let me make that team. So it was Red Bull, Ferrari. Where's your team gone? Ricardo, Albon, Bottas. No, not Bottas. Zhou, Sonoda. And where is the other driver you were talking about? Ricardo, Sonoda. Oh, Perez. Yeah, of course. And then Perez. Oh, yeah. Kvek, I actually feel genuinely sorry for you. That is horrible to see. It's just extremely unlucky. And this is what I mean though with F1 Fantasy. I could come out of next race weekend the exact same issue. Well, I'll have no negative. So actually no, I could come out of the weekend afterwards, and this could exactly happen to any one of us. It's a real pickle. My budget is 104. What's the best team for that money? I can literally show you. So the optimal team you can get for that money. Also, Duke, I will have to get a -10 to get the best team for Miami. Who are you thinking of bringing in, Duke, to bring that -10 in? Basically, what I can do for you is 104 million. And basically, the best team in Japan is probably going to be... Well, there you go. So... Your best, I'm going to be making a Red Bull Haas team and a Red Bull Aston Martin team for next week's team selection for anyone who's got like around these points. Your best team for now will be Red Bull Haas, Verstappen, Sainz apparently, Hulkenberg, Sargent, Bottas. Apparently that's the best team you can build. I would disagree and still say it is Red Bull, Ferrari, Perez, this team down here. But they're both very good teams you could have. If I look in budget building team before Miami qualifies, yeah, and then use Limitless minutes later, would I retain my budget team after Miami or would it revert to the China team? This is another difficult one because I've actually never had to do it like last year. I'm going to say yes for now. Oh, right, yeah, okay, yeah, then no problems, Duke. Yeah, no, Kvek, you were just extremely unlucky, though. But, right, where was I? Yeah, Ash. So, I believe it would be, yes, you would still keep the transfers you brought in before. However, let me write all of this down on my notes. And I'll bring that up in the next video. I'll live chat them. Do you... If you Limitless, and there was another one, but I remember what it was. So yeah, because the only way to fully know is like stuff like that. They don't really expand upon in the game rules, so I'll have to just live chat them to see what's going on. Fuma, hey, good to see you, Fuma. Only annoying thing for me now is having to save a transfer for training and ending up staying with Gasly and not getting Hulkenberg. Now I'm kind of priced out of Haas. Yeah, but you just gotta hope. Well, Alpine's screwed. Anyone who had Alpine got screwed over by their qualifying, and I know it still wasn't amazing. But Ocon, what was he? 13th, 14th, and Gasly was 16th, 17th. Let's double check that. Yeah, Gasly 17th. We need them to be 19th and 20th because they just don't have any race pace. We saw literally today that they have no race pace. Yeah, Kvek, I need... Yeah, fair enough, man. But I think, Kvek, your team is still fine. You just got extremely unlucky. Like, genuinely, any other weekend, that doesn't happen. Yeah, I'm going to 100% check that, Duke. I stuck with Leclerc instead of final fixing on Sainz. Ah, good choice, good choice. Yeah, I know, because I know we were talking about it. And it looked like Sainz was a good option. And Sainz would have been the better option. Because he did have fastest lap and everything. However, obviously Leclerc getting that driver of the day really actually helped you out. And it ended up being decent. Hey, Matthias, good to see you back in the chat, man. It worked out with the -10 for an extra transfer and managed a 261 budget, went up 100 to... Oh! I think, Matthias, you have the biggest budget I think I've heard, bar Duke's second team. So just keep the same team and hope for the best in China, 100%. Because then you've got free transfers going into Miami. Or, Quebec, if you don't like your team, start doing some Limitless action. Or, yeah, no, because your budget's still too low to wildcard. Start thinking of a wildcard potentially. Can manage a Max, Rebel, Ferrari, Hulk, Magnussen, Joe / Bottas, and Albon. Yeah, that is a fantastic team, Matthias. I mean, the main thing for me is, and I'm guessing you're in the same boat, Matthias, do you still have your Limitless and extra DRS? Because if you've got your, and well, actually, and no negative as well. Driver of the day is so rigged. Yep, I fully agree. Leclerc had a good race, but I think a few other people had better races. So it's a bit meh. What was I saying? I've lost my train of thought. Sorry, Matthias, I forgot my train of thought for whatever I was telling you. In my opinion, Perez was driver of the day. Oh, interesting. I haven't actually heard that one. I think Perez was good, but driver of the day? I mean, for me, I still always just think it's Verstappen. He doesn't put a foot wrong. Like, what else does he need to do? Genuinely, the way Verstappen needs to win driver of the day is actually, like, dropping down to 10th on the first lap and going through the field again. And so basically we're going, okay, because Verstappen made a mistake, he's getting driver of the day. To be fair, Ferrari is the biggest fan base. So if any of them do well, I'm not surprised. Extra DRS, yes. But Limitless, no, because I started this year with F1. And oh, right, fair enough. Yes. Okay, then fair enough. Then you should just do free transfers then. Don't worry about getting that extra free transfer, getting ready for the Limitless. Like, yeah, exactly, yeah. So we praise him for qualifying bad and then doing well in the race. But when he gets the Grand Slam of fastest lap, pole position, and race win, he wasn't even mentioned on the percentages, I don't think. So, hands down, again, Ewan, Backup Fantasy Sports, another great F1 Fantasy channel. Go subscribe to him if you can. He brought up the fact that they should bring back beating your teammate as the extra, like, points you get. I 100% agree, because that's so much better than driver of the day 10 points. Verstappen is the driver of the day every day. Yeah, exactly. Which is why it's such a broken measurement to use in F1 Fantasy. Because realistically, Verstappen, I mean, it worked for me in the first few races. Bahrain should have been 55. Jeddah should have been 46. Japan should have been 57. Yeah. And it's the sort of thing where it's like, even I don't vote for Verstappen because, well, I normally vote if the McLaren boys have had a decent day, I normally vote for them. But this weekend I voted for Yuki. Yeah, I voted for Yuki driver of the day. Getting closer to the 1K mark. How crazy the past comment. I know, Jack, it's ridiculous. I think we're on 929 the last time I checked, about halfway through this stream. And considering, so Feb 20th or something, I was on 386, and my aim for May was to get up to 500 subs. Well, we've gone way past that. I could be getting to a K by May, which is insane. Yeah, I can't thank again you guys so much for the support. It's so amazing having all of you here. Yeah, literally, it's same. Like, Duke, I would love just putting all the McLaren boysies into my team. But it's just we were priced out. We were priced out of the McLaren boys since day one. Like, how again? Lando Norris is 23. So season points. Oh, wrong way. Season points. Like, he's doing well, but he doesn't deserve to be there. Also, I love how Leclerc technically has more season points than Max Verstappen. That is insane. Right. Is there driver of the day on sprint days as well? No, I believe it's only the driver of the day for the actual race. Is my current team Perez, Stroll, Albon, Hulkenberg, Bottas good enough for budget building to Limitless in China? Yeah, it's good enough. And if you're going to Limitless in China, I think what you'd actually want to do is bring down to Sainz and try and get Alonso in before the Miami Grand Prix, and then Limitless. So you get loads of points. Actually, Perez and Stroll, Sainz and Fernando. Either way, actually, that's fine. Actually, yeah, because you can build budget and Limitless very well. Yuki was, yeah. They think you think they changed the process of determining budget cost changes. No, so it's still the same as what F1 Fantasy Tools figured out. It's just that basically the way it works is if people do better. So look at the live scoring. If people do well, so you can see Perez, Leclerc, Sainz all did really well. Because of that, they're not all getting a million. But also, because Verstappen did so much better than everyone else, it means that they can't give Perez, Leclerc, Sainz 1 million increases. Now, Norris, 19 at a 0.3 million. That's a joke. But that's sort of how it works. So if Verstappen runs away with it, you're not going to see many 1 million increases. But if you see someone like Perez, Leclerc getting into the 30 points with Verstappen in there as well, they're going to go up a million. Just hope Sargent doesn't get a DNF in China, lol. Yeah, well, for me, if he does, at least I'll have the no DNF, no negative. Hi, I'm your Italian fan. Hey, nice to see you, Nico. What is the best team for China with 104.7 million? Yeah, 100%. I'll put that into you. So the optimal team for you. Let's see what F1 Fantasy Tools says, because I think I'll disagree. I could disagree with what they're saying if they put the Red Bull Haas team. No, okay. Whoa. Oh, my bad. I put 140. Yep. I was wondering where Perez, Leclerc, and Verstappen came from. Yeah, so you've got like the levels of high costing drivers over 25 million, and then I can't remember where the mid drivers start. It was like 10 to 15 million. Then you got the low costing drivers, and they're basically tallied up together, and depending on how well they do together, screws around with how their budget changes basically. But yeah, so for you, technically Red Bull, Haas, Verstappen, Sainz, Hulkenberg would be the better team. However, I would suggest for you, Nico, Red Bull, Ferrari, Perez, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Sargent, Bottas as the best team you could probably bring in for China with 104.7 million in the bank. I actually think Stroll deserved in the first race, but no one likes him, so he'll never get driver of the day unless he wins a race. 100%. No one likes Stroll. So I doubt we'll see a driver of the day from Stroll anytime soon. But yeah, if Yuki Tsunoda got driver of the day as well, I would have got over 300 points. And without Limitless, this season, over 300 points is unthinkable. Just hope, yeah. Damn, Jambo, Sargent seems really good value this season as long as he doesn't DNF. 100%. At 5.9 million, it's so good that Sargent and Bottas worked out. Because again, let me show you the live scoring. Oh my God, actually, I've got to end this stream soon. I've got to start working. Bottas, 8 points, and Sargent 9 plus 0.5 million. Insane. But anyway, right, so yes, 0 to 15, 15 to 25, 25 plus. Yeah, Zara's put it in the chat for everyone there. Right, so I'm going to put my league code again quickly into the chat. Everyone, we're at 500. Oh my God, 500 people in the league. Thank you all so much for joining. Remember, there is a £200 prize pool. First place, £75. It's all in pounds. So second, £50. Third, 35, fourth, 30, fifth, 25, I think. But yeah, there's the F1 Fantasy League. Follow me on Twitter if you want any more updates on this stuff. And yeah, thank you all so much for logging in to this stream. And I'll see you all later this week for an F1 video and next week for the F1 Fantasy video. Have a good week, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.